Hey guys, welcome back to the Real Talk Podcast. This is episode 25. I'm your host Jacob, and this
I'm Jared.
is Jared. He's the other half of the official business of Real Talk Pop Culture Discussions now.
Yeah.
Which is
It's weird, isn't it?
It's a little bit weird.
Yeah.
But we've officially registered as a business, so don't copy our shit. Just gonna fix these pop finals up. In case you guys hadn't worked out what we were going to talk about today, we saw It Chapter 2 yesterday.
Yeah. It was disturbing.
It was massively disturbing,
Yeah.
and I loved it.
Yeah, me too. And like me going, like you read the books, so you had a lot of source material going off it. Did it
Yeah.
reach your expectations? Or?
It, honestly, in a way, it surpassed my expectations.
Okay.
Because for those of you who have read the book, you'll know that it's weird.
Yeah.
There's some stuff in there that doesn't translate, or even in like the original, the like 80s one.
Oh yeah, the miniseries.
They tried to do some stuff in that, like that was direct from the book, that just doesn't work. Like
Yeah.
it's like the giant.
like the giant. Oh, the
It's. I guess it's verging on spoilers, but not really. Like there's
not really. To the people who've read the books.
there's a giant silvery crab monster
Oh.
in the book,
Yeah.
and they just straight didn't do it in the movie. And I'm like, they changed it to something else, which I think works a lot better for what it is.
Yeah.
And like there was some stuff in the book that was left out that I thought maybe they could have done it. Like the backstory for Pennywise a little bit was it was grounded a bit more, but I feel
Yeah.
like they'd gone far enough into it being super weird
Yeah.
that they could have got away with it.
But I
maybe
like-
not the giant turtle.
Yeah,
I know
but
Tom was really upset because
Tom was a little bit upset.
he was like, "Oh, they didn't do the giant turtle. It's his arch nemesis." I was like, "Yeah, that's retarded."
I do like what they did with like it's not a spoiler. There are people who've read the book and people who've seen the miniseries, like
We'll try and stay relatively.
they're like the thing that they do together to kind of stop it.
Oh, the way they yeah, okay.
The
So
way
the finale, for those of you who've seen the old one or read the book, the way they do it in that is much better
Yeah,
in this.
it makes a lot more sense rather than how they did it. Because I've never read the books. I've only ever seen the miniseries when I was a kid, so that was where my phobia of clowns started. And just the way that they did it, I understand like they're kids and the way they killed him was like, eat battery acid, you slime, is because they believed they could do it. But I do like in this one how they kind of gave a reason to how, and like the actual reason to how they could defeat him.
Yeah,
If that makes any sense. I feel like I'm stumbling over like my own words, but like
it's
It
hard
makes a lot
to,
more
It's hard to
sense.
put your point across when trying not to spoil it for people who haven't.
yeah.
Like, I think next week, because I think we need to rewatch the original. I'm
Yeah.
just about to start rereading the book again,
Yeah.
just out of curiosity.
Maybe I
So
should-
maybe in like a week or two we'll do a full like comparison and breakdown,
Yeah, that'd be cool.
and we'll see who and we'll chat exclusively about.
The thing is,
Like
like,
that.
to watch the other one, you need like a spare 4 hours to do it.
Yeah, well, I mean we can watch it in several sittings.
Yeah, true.
So yeah, look, it was a resounding success. It was everything I wanted it to be. So like no notes.
No, I thought of it, and to me, I wasn't scared of Pennywise. I wasn't scared of it. I wasn't like the movie didn't really scare me. There were bits in there that just had me more disturbed than scary.
Yeah, so that's sort of the point. I did a long study of the It book when I was at school, so
Yeah.
I have the posh twat point of view on it.
Yeah.
It's like, and like so I've like gone in depth and like I've read the reasoning behind why Pennywise is a clown and why he's still a clown when they're an adult.
Yeah, it's like his
And
favorite form.
without going too far into it, because we'll do all that, it's the base of it is that there was actually like a child psychiatrist who said it. It's like a clown as an entertainer for children
Yeah.
could only have been thought of by adults.
Huh.
Because children have a natural distrust of people who hide their face, which is why you always get those videos where when a dad's got a big beard and they
Yeah.
shave it off and the kid freaks out
Yeah.
because that's a breach of trust for them.
Right.
Because it makes sense. It's your primal instinct. It's like if you hide your face, you're clearly hiding something.
Yeah.
Therefore, they can't be trusted. So to have someone who is inherently in a mask or with face paint on at all times
Yeah.
is an untrustworthy person, regardless of who it is.
Now that's cool. I do like that, and that actually kind of puts it in a different light to me, to how to why he chooses that form,
Yeah.
but also like going back into like the little bit of history is like he keeps that form mainly because that's his favorite form.
Yeah, so and even Stephen King, who doesn't like to confirm or deny like the theories about stuff, he sort of said he was like he picks that form when they're kids
Right.
because kids find the clown scary. That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
And he goes after that group specifically because they're losers, because they're already in some way or another all traumatized by something.
Yeah.
And you can see that, like, you've got the guy with the speech impediment, the troublemaker who smokes, the fat kid who's bullied all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's like an ongoing thing there. And the reason he stays as Pennywise as an adult is because that's what they remember.
Yeah.
That's what they're afraid of. Because they have that long-lasting, like, he's had that long-lasting effect on them.
Yeah.
Which obviously,
It would do to
they're
anybody.
the first kids to escape Pennywise.
Yeah. True.
So, like, to go through an experience like that, obviously, Pennywise is going to be what you're afraid of.
And I do like, and there's
Also-
so much stuff that we can say that we can't say that is going towards.
Which is why we'll do the spoiler stuff.
Yeah.
Also, Stephen King put it the best in one of his interviews when they asked him why Pennywise was a clown. He put it in the most simple way you could possibly, and he went, because clowns are fucking scary.
They are.
That's his exact quote. He just goes, "Clowns are fucking scary."
They
It's
are.
Like, that's
They're
it.
so scary.
And they are. Like, they're creepy. It's an unnatural smile. They're hiding their face.
Yeah.
They're super over the top. Clowns are bad.
I just
I don't know anybody who goes, "Yeah, no, I like clowns. Clowns are cool."
Yeah.
Like, nobody likes clowns, which is why they've been removed from all circuses. When was the last time you saw a clown?
The last time I saw a clown was
Other
when
than
I
the
went-
creepy ones that were walking around at nighttime. I saw one.
That
Once.
scared the shit. That scared the absolute shit out of me one night because I was driving home from my previous, like when I think I was like 15 or 16 or something like that.
The cinema?
Yeah, I was working at the
Yeah.
cinema. I was driving home. There was a clown standing on the roundabout, just standing there holding a balloon. Freaked me out. But the thing is, he was only like a couple hundred meters up from my house. So I didn't go home. I just drove just in case he followed me or something like that. Scared the absolute piss out of me. I don't understand why that was such a big thing. Clowns, they just don't do it for me. They're scary.
Yeah, it's super weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, like and obviously like we're going into like the science behind why clowns are scary, which we'll do like a full. I will sit here for an hour and a half and I will just talk about why clowns are scary, like legitimately, and why I'm afraid of clowns.
Yeah.
But like from like a movie making perspective,
Yeah.
it hit all the right notes. Like it was terrifying where it needed to be terrifying,
Yeah.
and it was funny when it needed to be funny, and I cannot stress this enough.
Yeah.
It didn't do jump scares. You don't need to do jump scares to do horror.
Yeah.
And I feel like
Well, don't get me
we're
wrong,
coming back into it now,
Yeah.
where people are doing atmospheric horror and like the feeling of like just the permanent tension. Like
Yeah.
Pet Sematary had 4 maybe jump scares in it,
Yeah.
and the rest of it is just uncomfortable.
Yeah. Like in that movie, I think like I described it to somebody. Somebody asked me like what it was like. It was like somebody asked me, "Oh, was it really scary?" I said the best way I could describe it was kind of like when you watch The Shining for the first time, you
Yeah.
just feel uncomfortable because of just like the sound and lack of sound,
It's funny that
and also like that that scares me.
it's funny that the 3 examples we've got for the perfect horrors so far, all written by Stephen King.
I know he's onto something.
He's a horror writer. Like, he did Shawshank Redemption, he did Green Mile.
That still blew
Those
my
are
mind.
great. Those are great films and great books.
Yeah.
If you're readers, go and read them. Like, truly great stuff.
Yeah.
But he clearly knows what he's doing. He
Oh, yeah.
clearly has a knack for this stuff.
Someone threw shade at him, didn't they?
Yeah,
On
there was
Twitter.
a thing on Twitter. Well, he responded on Twitter, but a writer in the Telegraph in the UK wrote that Stephen King couldn't write an ending to save his life.
Oh shit.
And Stephen King responded by throwing shade on this guy's only attempt at writing.
Like you
Just look it up if you're interested.
Yeah.
It's very succinct. Stephen King didn't get angry or do
Yeah.
anything. He was just pointed out that this guy's only ending so far was that the guy woke up and it was all a dream. And he
Yeah.
was just like, yeah, that would be a fantastic ending for all of my books.
like why would you like why
Yeah, so it's just...
why would you go after somebody who is known for writing like just all-time classic horror novels and all-time great books as well? Like, why would you go after someone like that?
I don't know, it's weird, because also I've always found the ending of it to be, like, almost perfect. Like, almost perfect. Outside of the giant crab monster that's in the book,
Yeah.
it's almost perfect, because it's not... I can't really go into why, but, like... it's not a everyone lives happily ever after ending. There is stakes, but also it's not... I find, like, horror movies is like everyone survives
Yeah.
and lives happily ever after.
Yeah.
Or everyone dies and there's no hope, there is no God, and life is pain. And you're like, this one sort of hits that sweet spot in the middle where everyone suffers a little bit but comes out of it.
Yeah, I mean, like, but that's real life. That's that.
But that's
what-
the point. That's
Yeah.
like if it has a realistic beginning and ending,
Yeah.
whatever happens in the middle becomes plausible.
Yeah. Yeah. No. That. Yeah. I really should read the book. But
You should.
how
Do you know,
thick is the book?
it's 1,200 pages.
It'll take me too long to read it.
About that big.
I'm not reading it.
That's alright, I'm going to download the audiobook on Audible. They don't sponsor us, but they should. Mainly
Hint,
because
hint,
I
nudge,
spend
nudge.
all of my money on audiobooks at the moment because, you're busy. Not
Yeah.
time to sit down and read a book, especially us
Yeah.
now.
But the thing is, like, if I bought an audiobook,
So that I've read all of these.
like, if I bought an audiobook, I would, like, it's like listening to a song, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you
Or like
listen
a
to
really
it while
long
you were,
podcast.
while you were walking to work or while you were at the gym or,
Yeah.
while you're sat there doing literally anything else, like while you're having a shower.
Yeah, fair.
Like, I do it all the time. Like, you'd be surprised while you're cleaning the house like we did today. Exciting stuff.
Exciting.
I don't know how we got into the benefits of audiobooks,
audiobooks?
but they're fantastic. I did the entire Harry Potter series twice. I did all of the Aftermath novels. I did Lord of the Rings, and I did The Hobbit.
Mm.
And now I'm looking for other stuff.
Wonder if they ever do them. Like, they don't do them for comics, do they?
No.
But then there's no point.
I feel like 90% of comics is panels anyway, so you wouldn't be able to do it.
Yeah, true.
It'd be like, this is the dialogue, and then a guy just goes, and there's a picture of Batman throwing a punch at the Riddler, and it says kapow.
It says kapow. He is down.
Yeah.
Sorry, I think I might have sent this off on a little bit of a tangent. But
No,
I am going to have to start getting into audiobooks. But I can't sit down and read a book for too long. I just get too distracted.
Yeah, no, that's...
I get distracted with everything. I can't even sit down and play a video game for too long. I put on, like, I don't want to say it now because we're not sponsored by anything. I put on a game and I just have to get up and leave after 10 minutes. I can't sit down and play it for too long.
I can. I'm a massive addict. I have a problem. So I spent 3 hours the other night writing a Dungeons and Dragons campaign. So
We've gone over Dungeons and Dragons a little bit a while ago. But
It's
I want to
coming
go
back.
back.
I feel like
is coming back.
it is coming back. Like it was when it came out, it was fine, and everyone was sort of playing, and it was just this game. It was like another Monopoly. It was just like, oh yeah, it's this really in depth game. If you want to play it, you play it.
Yeah.
And then somewhere between 1970 to 80 something when it was created, and I'd say like 2000 to 2010,
Yeah.
it developed this stigma for being
Super nerdy.
exclusively for nerdy virgins who live in their mum's basement. And it's like, I sort of, over the sort of last 6 years, because I got sent some stuff online, and I started watching it, and it was like, and I was like, oh, it looks kind of fun. And I like forgot about it for a little bit, and then I started watching Community.
Yeah.
Which is a fantastic show. We bought all of the pop models the other day. Yeah. Well, I bought all the pop
You
models
put
the other
one.
day.
Yeah.
The entire set.
Yeah.
And they did D&D and that twice. So you've got the first one, and then you've got the second one. So the first one is the one with Pierce being a bad guy, and the second one is the one with the cop in the 5th season, and not David Spade.
David Spade.
No, it's the bald comedian who's
The Dean.
he's the crippled guy in Scary Movie 2. He's a comedian. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. But like that, I was like, that looked
Tracy
quite...
Morgan.
No.
No. In Scary Movie 2?
Yeah. He's the
I'm
bald
thinking of
guy.
I'm thinking of superhero movie. My bad. My bad.
Anyway, so I saw it in that and it looked kind of fun. And then we started talking about it a little while ago, and then somebody hijacked our shit. Not gonna go into that.
No.
But our plans were hijacked and then ruined, and they took it way too seriously. Anyway, and then like a couple would have been like 6 weeks ago, we moved in here, and we were down at Gamesman, which is just down the road from us.
Yeah.
And we saw some books, and we were like, yeah, okay, we bought some books, and we bought the starter set, which had like a quest and stuff in it, and we just started sort of learning as we played, and now I might have an addiction. I might have a problem. Like it's so much fun, because you can play... I think what makes it so much fun is you can play it as seriously as you feel like playing it at the time.
Yeah, true. Like that night when we had like 6 people come over.
Yeah, we had a full squad.
Yeah, and then like...
That was a lot of work.
Yeah. Like the amount of effort that you put in, like audio work and all that kind of stuff, getting music queued up and everything. It was a really fun night.
Yeah, no, I went, I'm not gonna lie, I went a little bit over the top.
A little bit.
But like I feel like it's all atmosphere. Like I played like different movie soundtracks, Lord of the Rings, Avengers,
Yeah.
Uncharted. Like I just got all this music like that I've internally matched to certain situations.
Yeah.
And if like I've queued it up to different encounters and like one-on-one, and I've, you tie characters' backstories into certain encounters to make it more interesting for the players. And it was a really, really good night, excluding some stuff.
Excluding some stuff that happened at the end of the night when everybody started...
We were really, really tired. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning. We've been playing for like 6 hours. And they just started doing some ridiculous stuff, and one of the players accidentally got killed.
Yeah.
By another player.
But like...
Fit approach.
But the thing is, like, it's so weird. We started at like... I can't remember what time we started. But
It would have been like 7:30, and we finished at
2 o'clock in the morning.
2 o'clock in the morning. It was mental.
Yeah, like you just can't really stop. Like once you start playing, you just can't stop.
You just want to keep going and keep going and keep going.
Yeah.
But no, it's super fun. I've written a campaign now, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. I'm excited to play that one.
Hopefully soon we'll get It's written for like a small team, so if we can get a small group together, we'll do that.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Not much. There hasn't been much big news this week, except Sony has officially come out and said that the door is closed on the Marvel Sony Spider-Man deal.
Really?
So that was Sony. Sony came out and went, argument's over. You're just not having it.
We were so close.
Which irritates me a little bit. I think they are still contractually obliged.
Yeah.
To do Spider-Man 3.
Well, I think if they... Well, yeah, they have to make They have to.
Yeah.
Because their contract, like, they're obliged by contract, or they're legally bound by contract to make a third Spider-Man movie.
but that also means that I really hope, because Spider-Man Far From Home hinted at Secret War, which is a
Right.
very Spider-Man centric storyline.
Yeah.
Like it's basically all about Spider-Man. Like Spider-Man leads the Avengers.
Yeah.
So they're sort of leaning towards that. So I really hope that Marvel didn't put all of their eggs in the Spider-Man basket. I mean, obviously they've still got plenty of time to fix it.
Oh, yeah.
But it also almost definitely means that Spider-Man is getting killed in
Man.
Spider-Man 3. Like, I can't see, like, they'll straight... Because, and I say that because
Yeah.
I don't want to be the guy that says... Marvel can be quite spiteful, and so can Disney. So, because Sony said if they weren't going to renew the contract, they would bring Tom Holland's Spider-Man into the Sony universe and have him in Venom and Morbius and all that stuff like they're doing. And Marvel will straight kill Tom Holland's Spider-Man.
Yeah. Well, if they can't
to stop Sony from using it.
Yeah. Like,
They straight will. I cannot see a way where they will leave the opportunity to seamlessly move Tom Holland into their universe. Like, it's not going to happen.
but, like, you got to feel bad for... I mean, as bad as it is that, like, we were so close to getting another good third... not another. We were so close to getting a good third Spider-Man movie with Tom Holland, who is, without a doubt, my favourite Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah, 100%. He perfectly nails the uncomfortable, nerdy Peter Parker side of it, as well as the super confident, cocky Spider-Man side of it.
Yeah. And
Whereas, like, people were saying that Tobey Maguire was too...
Tobey Maguire...
Tobey Maguire lent too much on the Peter Parker side that it then became sort of unbelievable that he would be Spider-Man.
And also, a lot
Whereas
of people...
Andrew Garfield, they said, was too like cool and suave, and like he
Yeah.
was just like he didn't have the nerdiness to pull off Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Whereas Tom Holland's found sort of the perfect balance between the two.
And also, he kind of looks the age as well. He
Yeah.
looks... Like, how old is Tom Holland?
I mean, he is young. I think he might be 18 or 19. Like he's young.
He is the age of Peter Parker. Tobey Maguire, a lot of people had a lot of problems with Tobey Maguire because
he looked 30.
Because he looked 30 and he was in and he was supposed to be like a 15-year-old kid in high school. Like, it made no sense. Or like a senior in high school or something like that.
Yeah, it wasn't believable.
Now, a lot of people didn't like the Green Goblin suit, which to me, I didn't mind it. I didn't mind the Green Goblin. He was one of my favorite characters in that movie. Well, he was the only favorite character in that movie.
Yeah.
But a lot of people had a problem with it because they said that he looked like a Power Ranger.
Yeah, but Green Goblin looks like a Power Ranger.
Pardon?
Green Goblin looks like a Power Ranger.
No, he doesn't. Not
Read
in
a
the
comic book panel. He looks like a Power Ranger. He looks like the villain on a Power Rangers movie.
Oh, yeah, true. No, but I'm saying, like, his character, like, in the comic, he doesn't, like, have, like, a superpowered suit. Like, his skin is... Oh, no, it's like a...
It's a suit.
It's a suit, isn't it?
It's been a suit for many, many years now.
I always just thought that was just, like, his skin turns green when he, like, turns on, like, the mantle of...
No,
No?
it's a suit.
I always thought it was just, like, I always just thought it was just a skin.
No, it's a suit.
Huh.
I think the Into the Spider-Verse one was a mutation.
Right.
So there have been cases where he's been
Mutated and all that kind of stuff.
mutated into a goblin
Yeah.
that's 400 feet high. And it doesn't make sense.
No.
That derailed me.
Sorry.
No, it's all good. They also announced this week. This is a video game thing. On the 22nd of September, they are re-releasing Star Wars Jedi Knight 2 Jedi Outcast,
You were very...
which is one of the greatest Star Wars games ever made.
I'm going to have to take your word for that because I never played it.
Not many people did. So it came out at the same time as, or the same era, sort of like Knights of the Old Republic,
Right.
and Jedi Knight Jedi Academy, which is the first one.
Yeah.
And people sort of leant towards sort of the Knights of the Old Republic too, with like Darth Revan and Bane and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And that's got like some really cool moments in it. But Jedi Knight's just got some great stuff in it. Like it really, like, the storytelling,
Yeah.
the score, some of the, like, the choices that you get to make, because I think you're force sensitive, but I think you're not. I can't remember. It's been a long time, but
Yeah.
you can sort of lean towards light or dark, and it's done not based on like a.
Is it like a news story, or does it kind of play?
It's a
off
news story. It's
a news story.
Yeah.
So it has nothing to do with. Like,
No,
the
we'll definitely
Skywalkers.
be. I will only play with you, right?
Oh, okay, cool. Because that is like.
Because it's a great story. Like I've got Control, and I'm trying to 100% Arkham Knight because that's free on PlayStation Store for PS Plus members this month.
I was really happy when like you started playing, like when you picked up Arkham Knight again, because I never finished that game. I never finished it. I always wanted to finish it, but I just never got
I'll
around.
wait for you to play it. I should be finishing Control anyway.
Yeah, true.
Anyway, yeah. So I've got like that's coming, and like I've got to finish that, and like Tom picked up 2K.
Yeah, that.
2K20, which has got
I'm
like,
really impressed by that.
Idris Elba and Rosario Dawson in it.
Like,
Oh yeah, like I guess you've never played the story mode of a 2K game before, so
No.
yeah, no. Over the years, they lean. It's only ever for the first year of my career mode, like your first NBA season. So it's
Yeah.
like how you get into the NBA, and like obviously we're playing the basketball one.
Yeah.
But it's like how you get into the NBA, and then your first year in the NBA, or your first season in the NBA.
Right.
And then from then on, it's a typical sports game where you just play through every season, and you boost your stats, and you play until you have 900 rings, and you Michael Jordan can kiss my ass. But yeah, like every year the story is improved, and that's with all 2K games. Like the wrestling one, which I know if you're not a wrestling fan, you will go, it's fake.
I'm
It's like
getting
every
into-
other TV show. But yeah, they lean really heavy into like it's like from the day after WrestleMania, because
Yeah.
that's now what has been accepted as one WWE season.
Yeah.
Is the day after WrestleMania,
Yeah.
all the way to WrestleMania. So it's like you breaking into WWE, and then you come in like just after WrestleMania, and then it's your year all the way through to the following WrestleMania,
Like-
where inevitably you'll win the big belt
Yeah.
because that game's easy as shit. Well, it is for me. I'm great at that game.
Like I think like.
Ass.
Yeah, true. Every single time I played against you or Tom, I always lost because you always know what to do. I know maybe 3 moves, but I always picked like the really tall dude with the beard. The
Braun Strowman.
like the Brutal Brothers or whatever they're called, or I can't remember what they're called.
Oh, the Bludgeon Brothers.
The Bludgeon Brothers.
Yeah, Luke Harper and
Yeah.
Eric Rowan.
I always played as them because every single time you charge with them, everybody goes down. Him and Big Show. I love playing as those guys because they're just
big.
they're just big and so strong.
Oh.
You can tell
Let's
that.
not go into the wrestling side of stuff.
Yeah,
we
okay.
will be here for hours. Yeah, so I guess the last thing we have to talk about is the Bad Boys for Life.
Oh man.
So I don't know if you follow me personally on Facebook. I uploaded it, and I can't remember exactly what I said. I went, this looks like the cheesiest, as cheesy as it could possibly get. And I love it. And it really is, like, from the opening of the trailer, of him pulling up in his sports car, and like him, like Will Smith's character getting out of the car in like slow, Mike Lowry getting out of the car in slow motion, and then like Martin Lawrence's character just opens the door into a fire hydrant, and he's like, and he just like opens it a couple of times into the fire hydrant. He's like, what the hell? He's like, you can get that buffed out. No, you can get that buffed out.
I do like how they're still keeping because those two have a really good chemistry.
It's a new story of them as like older people and like struggling to go through like the older side of stuff, I imagine.
Yeah.
And but they managed to keep the same sense of humor as they did when they made the first two 15 years ago.
And I'm happy that they did that. I'm happy that they didn't try to, like, you know, not try and change it in any way, or try and change the formula. Like, the formula has always been these two guys who have a really good chemistry together, and they're really funny together, and they just make Bad Boys work.
Yeah, like if you follow the two of them on, I think mainly Instagram, but any sort of social media, they've been uploading videos for like months now, because obviously they've been on set. And you can just tell that they're enjoying themselves.
Oh yeah, I would be.
Which
too.
is, I think, what got everyone excited for Jumanji, the remake for Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle.
Yeah.
Was the amount of social media stuff we got of just like
like Kevin Hart,
Dwayne Johnson, Jack Black, and Karen Gillan just having fun.
Yeah.
Nick Jonas, obviously, because everything is improved with Nick Jonas.
Yep.
No,
Yeah,
it is.
yeah.
Yeah. I finished work and me and Tom watched Camp Rock last night, so
Really?
yeah,
Oh God.
it's a great film.
Never seen it.
You've not seen it?
I've never seen it.
Okay, look.
I'm surprised you didn't go off me on that one.
No, that's fine, because it's one of the... Right.
It's a
Good.
movie. It's a
I
movie
will
that
write
you
an article on it, but there is a reason, there is a certain thing. There's something about Disney for sort of between 2005 and sort of 2012.
Yeah.
Released all of these live action, straight to TV movies.
Yeah.
They were just like their B-rate, like their studio team. It's like basically where you got sent if you weren't working on a major Disney
TV show.
feature or TV show at some
Yeah.
point. And they were like, oh, we got all this stuff. Well, go and make a movie. But the thing is, it was the same reason why things like Treasure Planet and Atlantis and stuff like that were so good.
Yeah.
It was because they were given a low budget.
Yeah.
So now we're going to go into the Disney Renaissance stuff. So right after the Disney Renaissance, when they were sort of shutting down their animated studios,
Right.
because they were leaning more into like Pixar and like computer generated stuff.
Yeah.
So their like drawn animations department then released a series of movies, and they're like some of the best like So just to put three out there: Treasure Planet,
Yep.
Lilo and Stitch,
Yeah.
and Atlantis. Were all released by these people because they were just like, go and release movies. I don't give a shit. And Emperor's New Groove.
Oh.
Like, all of these movies were released by these guys because they just had no supervision. They were given a super low budget because they wanted to crank movies out. They weren't released at the cinema.
Does that include Lion King as well?
No, Lion King is a Renaissance film.
Lion King is a Renaissance film.
Those are big budget animated ones. But yeah, they were just like, it was like right after the Renaissance, they were like, you've got this much money.
Yeah.
Go and make some films, we'll release them straight to DVD and we'll try and get... That's some of the best films Disney's ever done.
Yeah. And let me ask you this. How long do you think we have until they decide, oh, they were actually really good films?
Live action remake?
Live action remake.
Not that long.
You know
They've
how-
got a massive online following now.
Like, they have
As long as when they do the Emperor's New Groove, it's David Spade as Emperor Cusco and Patrick Warburton as Kronk, because they're the two voices, and I don't think it works without that sound.
Yeah. Who played what's her name?
Yzma?
Yzma.
I don't remember.
Yeah, me neither. I don't think does anybody know?
Probably not.
Probably.
I imagine the person
But you know
who
who
did
does
the
know?
voice.
Google.
Yeah. So now they sort of did that with live action movies. They were like, because it's like Demi Lovato and all these people like that you saw in major Disney films or TV shows not long after these, and they were just like, go and make a shitty film, and you were like, and they did, and they released these things, and now they're getting the same sort of online cult following that the animated ones, because they have no rules to abide by.
Yeah.
They're told to make a kids movie,
Yeah.
and they're told not to spend too much money. And outside of that, they basically just get to write whatever they want and release these films, and then they release things like, apparently, like I have not seen it, but apparently Descendants is fantastic. They made 3, so I assume it's pretty good.
Descendants.
So the premise for Descendants is they're at like a high school, but it's the kids of the villains from major Disney films.
Oh, right.
And apparently,
Oh.
like I've seen trailers for it, but apparently, it's really, really good. And then there's things like Camp Rock, which is great, and like Lemonade Mouth and things like that. which
Right.
They're like, you go, oh, that's a shitty straight-to-TV Disney kids movie, but like they're actually, like, they are kids movies. There's problems with them, but they kind of hold. Like, there's nothing remarkable about them, but like they have it's a great soundtrack, and like it's well written and well performed. It's kind of funny.
I kind of want to watch it now, just to see what it's like. Nick Jonas and like, the Disney Channel just doesn't do it for me.
They're all discount High School Musicals, but like without the pretension of being High School Musical. And you know what I'm talking about. Like High School Musical, the first one was like it should never have worked.
But somehow
But it did. Because that, I'd like to point out, didn't get a cinematic release in this country.
Didn't it?
No. It was released on the Disney Channel on a Thursday or like midweek, like at the night, middle of the week.
Yeah.
Alright, look at it now.
Biggest cult following ever. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Like it went away for
wait,
4 or 5 years, and I was like, okay, that's gone. And then like just before I left high school, came back.
Yeah.
It was like Justin Timberlake and Sexy. They brought it back.
God,
That's right.
what a reference.
Thanks. I should really stretch that one. I don't know how we started talking about the world's creepiest clown.
Yeah.
And now we're talking about High School Musical, but I'm glad we are.
I'm glad we are. Yeah. But then again, like we're not doing a review for it. Like we're just to say that we saw it and what we thought about it. But
Yeah, a review for it will be out
soon.
tomorrow. We'll say tomorrow as of the release of this podcast,
Okay.
which will come out on Monday. And then, so Tuesday night. Tuesday night, there will be a review for it.
Yes. Yes, there will. There will.
And hopefully a video review at some point.
The video review will come.
I think like just a quick sort of 5-minute video review, and then if you guys like that and you watch it, we'll do a full breakdown.
Yeah.
Further down the line, like once everyone's had the chance to
And
go
I
see it.
really hope we get the chance to do that because I can go down a rabbit hole that will take me hours.
Like the conspiracy theory rabbit
cons-
hole where you're like, I'll just watch one 5-minute video
like, you're lying
on
in
why
bed.
the moon landing was faked. And then all of a sudden, like, it's 4 o'clock in the morning and you're watching a video on how Cthulhu could exist.
And you got to go to work in an hour.
And they're like, why didn't you go to sleep? I was like, how? How did you sleep knowing that Cthulhu could be under your bed? Like,
I love going down those rabbit holes in the
yeah,
bed.
and you're just like, oh shit, like I've been watching conspiracy theories for 9 hours. I went to bed 8 hours ago. I think that's it, yeah.
I
I've
think
got nothing else to add for today's random fucking podcast, but I liked it.
Yeah, I liked
was
it.
good.
Yeah. If you
alright.
haven't seen it, I
Go
recommend
and watch. If you don't like horror movies, tough shit. Go and watch.
Tough shit. Still good. Can I? And I will say this: like, actually,
you.
you know what? We can save it for the review and for like the written review and all that kind of stuff. Or we like go into more detail about it. We can save that for the review. And all
Yeah.
that.
So if you haven't seen it, Chapter 1, go and watch it, Chapter 1.
Yeah.
And then go and watch it, Chapter 2.
Yeah.
Because you won't regret it. They're the best. I would say they're so far the best written horror films of the last sort of 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
Eat my ass, Annabelle. Eat my ass.
Annabelle sucks.
Annabelle does suck. Overrated TV show. Movie series.
I was about to say, probably should have been a TV series.
No, it shouldn't. It should have been one film.
The first one was. We're going to go
looking
into
at
a.
you.
We're going to go into a. tangent.
Anyway, we'll leave it there. This has been the Real Talk Podcast, episode 25. If you want to follow us on Facebook, it's Real Talk Pop Culture Discussions. That's our business name, patented.
TM patented. Buy our merch.
We don't have merch,
Yeah.
but we're getting some. Instagram is Real Talk _ Pop Culture Discussions.
Yeah.
If you want to follow me on Twitter, I am at Review by Lurch.
If you want to follow me, I am at Jared Kiddo 1.
If you want to follow both of us, it's at Real _ Pop.
Yep.
And Twitch is Real Talk Gaming, PCD Gaming.
Yeah.
Go look for our shit.
Yeah.
The link is on the website, which is realtalkpcd.com.
Yeah.
And yeah, obviously, I assume if you're looking at my ugly ass mug, you're on YouTube. So just scroll down just a little bit and watch the rest of our videos.
And while you're down
Easy as
there,
that.
like that thumb that's at the bottom of the
Oh
video.
yeah, I always forget to do this. Like,
Yeah.
share, subscribe,
Yeah.
and something truly magical will happen.
Yes.
Also, press the bell icon, because if you don't, every time you don't, the Hunchback of Notre Dame cuts himself. So you don't want that on your conscience.
What?
So don't punish old-ass crippled Frenchmen, and keep it real.
Keep it real, guys. Stay sexy.